Hey, everybody. Welcome to Vorpal Board. I am James Lang. I'm on the Vorpal Board team, and tonight I am joined by a special guest. I'm joined by Fertessa Allyse. Fertessa, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for having me on again.
Of course, the first thing off the bat, didn't I just have you on this stream like a week ago? Are you making like a new game every month, or what's happening?
I can't say that time travel wasn't involved, but it does seem like it was a bit.
Yeah, it seems, we were chatting before we came on. I admitted, I have not streamed since we were chatting about Book of Villainy, and you very meanly told me how long ago that was. And so for folks who are interested in Vorpal Board streams, this is me. I apologize. It's been a little bit since we've been on stream, but we're back with an awesome game to talk about today. So I'm super excited. For folks who watch the stream a lot, you'll notice that I'm in a new location. I'm no longer in the awful basement. I have moved upstairs. I have a window, and it's really benefited my mental health to get out of the basement. So, yes, holistic developer, a new location. That's exactly right.
That's awesome.
So tonight we're talking about Fertessa's latest game. This game is called Wicked and Wise, and it's extremely cool. It is currently running on Kickstarter. It has destroyed its target. I think the target was like a little bit under $10,000, and it's now over $30,000. It's got over 1,000 backers. So a super success. The publisher is
Yes.
Weird Giraffe Games, sorry, and the art is by Beth Sobel, which for folks who know board games probably have heard of Beth Sobel before. She's awesome. So we'll be showing off a lot of that stuff today. I'm going to drop a link to the Kickstarter into chat for folks who actually want to check the Kickstarter. It has, I think, about 60 hours left. So you got 2 days to get over there and check out the Kickstarter. Now I'm going to grill you a little bit about the description of what this game is, for Tessa, because when I first heard about it, I didn't really know what it meant. So it's a team-based, asymmetrical trick-taking game. So explain that to me. What, I as a person who likes trick-taking games, I like playing Hearts, I like playing The Crew. What's a team-based asymmetrical trick-taking game? How do you take a trick-taking game and make it asymmetrical?
So, at its heart, this is a partnering game where you are going to be partnered with one other person in teams of two, and each person has a different role. One is called the dragon, and they're in charge of actually winning the trick by playing the highest card of the leading suit. And the other role is called the mouse. And the mouse is in charge of kind of stacking their partner's hand with the great cards that they may not have access to at the beginning of the game, and helping kind of sift out bad cards that their partner may not want so that they can actually play the really good cards that they get.
Yeah, and so it creates this very interesting situation where, and we're not going to play 4-player tonight. We're just going to play 2-player. But I want to talk about the 4-player a little bit because it creates interesting situations where you're not allowed to talk to each other about cards except for at certain times of the game. And the game ships with some table talk cards that kind of tell you when you can discuss what type of cards you have in each other's hands, which I think is a neat thing. So you can try to see which one you want to do, or you can house rule it or whatever. But the mouse and the dragon are trying to sort of figure out what's going on with each other so that they don't over communicate and give away what they're trying to get done. But also they're trying to sort of win. They have a goal every single round, and we'll kind of show you how that works. But one of the things that I was extremely impressed by, and I think was probably hard, is that the game plays 2 to 6. And it doesn't just play, it's not like it's 2, 4, 6. It's not that you always have to have even teams. It plays 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, where there's different variants at each of those combinations. So if you're playing 2, that's how we're going to play it tonight. We're both going to have a dragon hand, and then we're going to have this shared mouse. And you'll see our hated rat in the middle of the play space here. But the mouse is going to have a face-up hand that we're going to play with. And then if you're playing 3, you have a dragon and a mouse, and then one player who's a dual, who's playing both dragon and mouse, but that player's mouse is face up. So he has a face down set of dragon cards, but a face up set of mouse. So it makes it harder for that player because the other players will be able to see their mouse. How hard was it to try to create flavors of this game that could work in all those weird player combinations? Because that feels to me like that would be a challenge.
Yeah. So it took quite a bit to kind of figure out other player count modes that still felt engaging and still carried the heart of the game. And I want to say it actually was us. So when we've developed the game, it was developed as a 4-player game. And that was what it was until we figured out, this is its core and this is what works. And it was great. Once it was great at the 4-player, then it was time to kind of look at, how we can expand the player count. And the first one that we were able to kind of puzzle out was the 2-player mode. And by figuring out the 2-player mode, that actually gave us a hint as to how we were going to tackle the other player counts because we created the dual role. So it really was us kind of sitting there spitballing and kind of thinking of like, what's fun about this? What can we do? And, after testing it, we finally figured out something that was super engaging and it turned out so very different in how it was executed from the other modes while still like carrying the core of the game. So we were really happy with the 2-player, and then we just took that dual role and kind of applied it with some small tweaks to the odd player counts.
Yeah, and I mean I bet that was super easy. That sounded like it was just a snap. But I super appreciate it, right? Because I like to play games. I have 2 children, so sometimes I'll be able to play with them, but this one might be a little bit tricky. Might be a little bit tricky. You feel, yes, might be a little bit tricky. But I like to be able to have an option to play it quickly with 2 players. And that I've played it a number of times in person, 2 players, and I think it's super fun. So that's the way we're going to play it tonight. So you'll see kind of this dual role, where that's kind of how the 3rd player would play, the way that Fertessa and I are both going to be playing with a couple of little changes. And if you have questions about what's going on, definitely jump in. But there's a couple things I wanted to cover before we started the playthrough that you might be confused at when you see. So I pulled out 4 cards, 4 sample cards that you're going to be seeing us playing with. And if you look at the sort of the anatomy of the card, in the top left corner, there's a suit. So this is a fire suit. This is a rose suit. I've been calling this one the vortex for Tessa. I don't know what. Magic. Oh, magic. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that makes more sense.
Okay. The last person said sparkly finger, and sparkly finger for the whole game.
Beautiful. So. All right. So yeah, I've been calling it the vortex suit. And then a star. And so you can think of those as sort of the 4 suits of cards, and then there are numbers. It's 1 through 15 for each of them. And if you're familiar with trick-taking games, you're going to see the same kind of behavior where the first one played is going to specify what the suit is for the trick, and then you're going to have to follow suit as the cards are being played. And then there's a trump suit, which is the gem cards. And the gem cards kind of enter into the game as we play, and you'll see how that works. But what's cool is that the dragons care about the top of the card. They care about the suit and the number. That's what they're going to play with because they're trying to win the trick. The mice care about the bottom of the card, and this is where the mice can do all sorts of crazy stuff. There's things like allowing dragon and mice to trade cards, allowing dragons to draw new cards, allowing dragons to pull gem cards into their hands, all sorts of things that are going to sort of mess with the round. And as Fertessa mentioned, like, try to juice your hand with stuff that's going to be good for you for the goals that your team is trying to accomplish. And so there's going to be a lot of kind of unspoken teamwork happening in a 4-player game. For the 2-player game, where both of us are just going to be out in the open trying to make this work. So a couple questions for Tessa: is the art final? Is there like what is this the way that it will look, or are there some changes in what things will look like for the final version that you know about?
So as far as I know, with the illustrations, those are final. As far as the graphic design, some of that may change, though I don't know exactly exactly what aspects of it may change.
Cool.
But I think we really like the font, so
yeah. Sweet. So okay, so what we're just gonna get started. So I'm gonna return these back to the deck, and then I'm going to just shuffle all the decks because Fertessa and I were messing around before we jumped in here. So I'll get everything shuffled, and then the way that the game starts is we're all gonna get 10 cards. Fertessa and I are both gonna get 10 card hands, and then that mouse, he's gonna have a 5 card hand. And I should put like a nameplate under there for that mouse so we could call it something. But he's gonna have 5 cards, and then we'll start kind of playing our round, and we'll show you how goals work and all that sort of stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw my 10 cards, and for Tessa, you can do the same, and we'll just start.
Oops, I moved the thing.
Oh, that's okay.
There we go.
Yeah, and Fertessa, you're one of the most experienced coming on Vorpal Board guests. So, thank you. You've got the two stream challenge completed.
Hey, I am more than happy to take that.
Yeah. Oh, so good question from chat. Holistic Developer asks, how do you win? Man.
That's a wonderful question.
Don't worry about it. You don't need to know that. No. So as we're playing, you're gonna earn gold, like coins, because they're not all the color gold. But you're gonna earn coins, and you'll earn coins by winning tricks, and you'll earn coins by completing specific goals that you have in each of the rounds. The person with the most coins at the end of the game wins. And there's a lot of different there's a lot of different sort of strategic opportunity for earning your coins. And that appears in the form of goal cards. So Fertessa and I are both going to have goals, and it's things like have the most fire cards in tricks that you've won, or win more tricks than the other players, or only win 1 or 8 tricks, or only win 1 or 5 tricks, like stuff like that, that when you go into the round is going to totally dictate. It's really going to be based on what cards you have in your hand. If you think you can win a lot of tricks because you have a lot of high cards or whatever. So, but the win condition is points or gold. In the book, Fertessa, do you remember if it says gold? Does it call it gold
or coins?
Yeah. Okay. I can't remember which one it says.
Dragons love gold.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly. Okay. So we have our 10 cards. I'm going to deal out the 5 cards. Oh, now I'm going to add 3 cards to the gem deck. Okay. Almost forgot. So we get our first 10 cards. And then since we're playing a 2-player game, the game gets seeded with a few gem cards because it takes a while for the gem cards to start flowing into the basic deck. So for a 2-player game or a 3-player game, I believe, you start with 3 gem cards just already in the deck. And then you just shuffle them in, and that's how you start. So I'm going to draw out 3 gem cards. And this is the one kind of weird step that we have to take in Vorpal. We have to remove them from the gem deck and then add them to the basic deck. And then we'll reshuffle that. And then the mouse gets their 5 cards. All right. And then I might have to move over a little bit to make some room for this mouse here. I see you're organizing your cards already. I'm super nervous. Anytime I play against somebody who designed a game, I'm just like, oh man, I'm gonna get crushed.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah.
This is nothing to do with anything.
Right. For Tessa, I'm gonna do one little thing. I'm just gonna move you a little bit so I have some room for our buddy here.
I'm going to move these down so we have room for the goals.
Oh,
or are we having the goals?
Yeah, we'll see. We can put the goals wherever. This is always a challenge. It's just like, how do we want to organize the screen so everybody can see it at home on the stream? But okay, so all right. So this is the mouse hand down here at the bottom, and then this hand on the left is mine. Hand on the right is for Tessa's. It'll be one thing that I wanted to mention as well is there's a game mat that's available in the Kickstarter, which is really nice because as you'll see while we're playing. There's a lot of stuff that you'll have. You'll have goals, you'll have treasures, you'll have money, you'll have both the hands and stuff. So if that's something that you're interested in, it is available as part of the Kickstarter. So hit that Kickstarter link if you're curious.
Sweet.
All right, yes, so we both have our 10 cards. And then the next step is that we're going to draw goals. And so we each have a goal deck. The goal decks are identical. Each Each player is going to have their own goal deck, but they're shuffled, and then you draw 4 cards out, and then you choose one to be your goal for this round. If we were playing with teammates, we would pass 2 of them to the teammate, and the teammate would choose one of those 2 for the goal. But since we're only playing 2 players, we're each going to choose our own goals. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to draw my 4. And I will show some folks at home, the variation here. I'm not going to speak them out loud because I don't want Fertessa to know what I'm not choosing. But these are the types of things that are in the goals for the game. So I'm not going to do this one, so I'll just say it out loud. But this one is collect more gem cards than an opponent. I'm not going to try to do that in the first round because there might not even be any gem cards in this round. We'll see. It depends on how many appear. Okay, I don't like this one either. And I'm hoping that the face Fertessa's making is that she doesn't like the goals that she was dealt as well. Oh gosh, I don't like that one either. Okay. All right, I'm going to try this one. So I'm going to discard the ones I don't like. Oh, and Fertessa, we didn't talk about that. You can select the ones you don't like and then right-click on them and say discard, and they will go into the discard pile.
Oh, thank you.
And there they go. And then, okay, and then we show off what our goal is. So everybody will know what your goal is. Probably the best place to put that one is sort of, man, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel with space here. I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller. I want people to be able to see the cards. So I'd rather them have some space. All right. So here's my goal. And then Fertessa, if you want to put your finalized goal, perfect. All right. Love it. Okay. So I'm trying to win 4 or 5 tricks. Fertessa is trying to win exactly 3 tricks. So we are not going to be both hitting our goal this round. So that's interesting. Sometimes the goals will end up being like nice to each other, so you both could succeed. But this one, we are not both going to succeed. So that's good. All right, so that's set up. We're ready to rock. There's this cool dragon token. The one that came in there's a physical prototype that this is all based off of, if anyone's curious. And this is just a 3D printed current version. I'm not actually sure exactly what this will look like in the final version. Fertessa, do you know off the top of your head what it will look like?
Well, I think we just got the stretch goal for it to be purple, and now we're trying to get the stretch goal to get the print on it, so you can see that. So
sweet. Well, then everybody click that link and get over there and let's get the printed purple version of this of the dragon. So, but that dragon is an indicator of who's leading the trick. So that's going to switch back and forth. For people who've played a lot of trick taking games, one thing to know is that you don't maintain control by winning tricks. So when I first started playing this game, I thought, oh, I can kind of shoot the moon like I did in Hearts, where I can just win a bunch of tricks in a row and keep leading high cards. Not how this game works. Whoever's going to lead the trick alternates back and forth, which changes your strategy a whole lot. And I think you'll see that as we start playing. All right, so we're gonna do the first round. I'm trying to win 4 or 5 tricks here, and the way that it works is I get to play a card, and then Fertessa's gonna have to follow me. And I am going to play this Fire 15.
All right. Fire 15, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to go ahead and let's see. Where is it? There we go. Play this.
All right. And so, okay. All right, cool. So this one can, so what's cool is the way that this works is the dragons are both going to play a card, dragon, then mouse, then dragon. So there's 6 cards played every trick, with the mice in the middle trying to kind of help us out. And then I'm going to choose a mouse card. Now, mice need to follow suit as well, if they can. If they can't, they will just play, you can play whatever you want. So now I have to play one of these 2 fire cards. All right, and remember, as a mouse, I care about the bottom part of the card. So I may discard 1 card and draw 1 basic card and gain a coin. Interesting. Or, I can draw 1 trump or 2 basic cards. You know that's what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to play this for my mouse card, which means I want I want to draw the trump. I want to draw the trump as the dragon. And so I'll draw this card. I'm going to remove it from the gem deck. I'm going to add it to the basic deck. And then I'm going to add it to my hand. Okay, so I just drew that trump card as the dragon. I could have drawn it as the mouse and put it out here for the mouse, but then Fertessa could use it. And I'd rather her not use that card. Okay, so that's my mouse turn.
All right, and just replace this.
Oh, don't you have to wait till it's under 4?
No, well, it is. It's no. Once it's under 5.
Oh, okay. All right. So man, oh no. There's a big asterisk on my games against my wife that I'll have to tell her. So you can just draw 1 off the basic deck and then you'll see it. Oh wait, you drag the basic deck down there.
Whoops.
Okay, there you go.
Also, you would have to check that one to make sure it's not.
Oh, okay. So I just played it, so I get to draw. All right.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm an idiot. Okay. So all right, that one's good. I'll replace it. There you go.
Okay. That's not a flame, so I have to play this 8, which will allow me to discard one of my cards and draw a basic card and gain a coin. So I'll discard this guy, which I can just hit discard.
Yep.
And then take a 1 coin, which is...
I think they're the blue ones. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then I will also draw, which is just clicking on the deck and hitting 1.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. So I still, if you can, you have to follow suit. What's interesting about this is I know Fertessa, unless she just drew another flame right now, has no more flames, which I'm going to file that away in my memory banks for future hands during this trick. Okay, so I have to follow suit, so I'm going to play this 2.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna
just play me some garbage, I assume.
How do I drop it from my hand?
Oh, just a P.
There we go.
Yeah, drop. Yeah, and then you can F to flip it. There you go. All right, so another 2. Okay. All right, so I won the trick. So when you're playing this game, a thing to remember is the winner of the trick is the highest dragon card. So the mouse's cards actually don't matter in terms of winning the trick. So I won the trick with a 15. So now I keep these. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab them all, and I'm going to move them out of the way here. So I have won one trick. And now once we're done with the tricks, I get to, since I'm the winner of the trick, I can choose one of 2 prizes. I can take 2 coins for winning the trick, or I can take a treasure, because dragons love treasure. And so I'm going to take the 2 coins. So I'm going to move my 2 coins right over here. So now when I choose the coin, Fertessa gets to take the treasure. So whatever you don't choose, the other dragon gets to do. So she just drew 2 treasure cards, of which she will choose 1 to keep, and the other will be discarded.
Is there a way to rotate this guy?
Yeah, the R key.
There you go. Let's see.
And then the treasures can do all sorts of weird stuff. And I think I'm already realizing that I may have been doing something wrong by Fertessa's reaction that I was generous to give her a treasure. Okay, so she discarded this. Your team leads the next trick. I'm going to move me up a little bit to make some more treasure room, and I'll move Fertessa up. So you could keep them down here if you wanted, wherever makes sense for you. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so the treasures do some cool stuff. So when you get a treasure, you can use it on a future trick. And by using it, you in Magic the Gathering terms, you tap it, you turn it to the right, and then at the end of the trick, it just gets discarded. So they're single use. You can only have 3 at any given time, but you can use up to those 3 all at the same time. So if you have a bunch that like work together, you can use them all on the same round if you feel like it, or on the same trick if you feel like it. So this one says this team's mouse can ignore the lead suit, and she gains 1 coin when she uses it. So that's interesting. She could see something cool that the mouse has and get to utilize it. But the one thing that you have to know is that you have to choose to use the treasures before the trick starts. So there you go. Enjoy your cutlass or whatever it is. Okay, cool. So now I move this over to Fertessa, and that's a turn right there. And the length of the game is each round is 5 tricks, and the game is 3 rounds. At the end of 3 rounds, whoever has the most coins wins. So we've made it through 1 trick. All right, have at it.
All right, let's see. What do I want? Okay. All right. I will go ahead and start us off with this right here. Let's see. P.
Ooh. Okay. I can get a 13 on that.
Okay. And then I will, as the mouse, do this, which lets me swap 1 card with myself from the mouse hand, or draw 1 trump, or 2 basic cards to the mouse hand. And let's see. That's dangerous. I think instead I will swap a card.
Yeah, take that 15.
And let's see, since it's that, I can make you...
Oh, you're going to give me a rose? You're going to give me a junky rose? All right.
There we go.
Cool. And then if you want to, you should pick up that 15 so I can't see it anymore.
Oh.
Because right now I can just hit a P. You'll pick it right back up into your hand. And there you go. Yep.
Oh, got it.
Okay. So I am forced. What Fertessa just did. Oh, you got to draw a card for the mouse. So I get to wait for a second before I do that. But she definitely screwed me up there.
And then I helped you.
Oh, nice. Okay. So one of the things that you'll see is, correct me if I'm wrong here, Fertessa, but it seems to me like the higher the card, the sort of better version of the mouse's skill. The real low cards have kind of a junky version of the skill, and then it gets like better as it goes up. Okay, so so that's good. I got a better version of the rose, and that means she's gonna have to use that 2 next round unless I draw a different rose. All right, so I get to draw 1 trump to the mouse, or 2 basic cards, or swap 1 card with the dragon. I really don't want to draw 1 trump to the mouse. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to draw...
But if you draw the trump to the mouse, you can immediately swap it to yourself.
Oh, that's right, because that swap 1 card with the dragon is a separate part of that action.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm doing. That's extremely nice of you to point that out. You didn't have to do that. Okay. So I drew this card. I'm going to actually drop it so it's sitting here next to the mouse, but I'm not going to flip it over so Fertessa can see it. And then I'm going to trade it with 1 card of mine. And, well, she did see it. She saw it. She saw it.
I didn't see the number.
Okay. Well, then you knew it was a gem anyway. All right. So then I will, I'm just going to put this sort of junky magic 1, Vortex 1 down here. Okay. And so that's good. And it's Fertessa's second dragon play.
All right. So let's go with this. Oh.
Oh, man. You slow played me. You duped me. Okay, so I need to win 4 or 5 tricks. You need to win 3 exactly. I'm going to do this. So
you're out of roses?
Yeah, I'm out of roses. So since I went void on roses, I could play a trump and I could steal this. I could steal this trick because trump wins. If multiple trumps come out, whichever is the highest number wins. So I won the trick. So that's cool. I'm gonna grab all these.
Got me.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got lucky with that. I got lucky with that high-powered rose. Okay, so this time I'm going to take the treasure because you were so you were so surprised that I let you do the treasure. So I have a feeling that maybe treasures are better than I think they are. So you can take the $2, and then I'm going to take a look at my 2 treasure options here. Let's see. Ooh. All right, so I'm going to discard this one, and I'm going to keep this crown. So this one's cool. I get 1 coin for every card played above 7 in this trick. There are a bunch of crown treasures that have special abilities like this. Sometimes it's like get a coin for every even card, get a coin for every odd card. So you can get a max of 6 points or coins here. So I found that they were pretty effective to make some hay. All right, so it's my time to shine. So I'm going to actually use this right now. And then I'm going to... I'm pretty sure you didn't have any fire cards. I've already lost track. So I'm going to play a different card in hopes to get a bunch of stuff over 7. So I'm going to 14 star.
I see. Well done. Let's do...
If that 15 star comes out, I'm gonna frown.
13.
Oh, perfect.
And I will also use my treasure.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so what does your treasure do? Oh, you can ignore the suit.
I can ignore.
Interesting. Okay, so you're going to be able to do some more cool stuff down here. So I am not able to ignore the suit, so I will just play this 8. And then the dragon is may discard 1 card and draw 1 basic card and then gain 1 coin. I'm going to discard... I'm going to discard this 10 of fire. And then I'm going to draw 1 card to my dragon hand. And okay. And then I'm going to take 1 coin. All right. So now you can do whatever you want here.
Fill in that last.
After I fill in. Oh, interesting. All right.
Is it? Oh boy.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Great. I'm glad I played that.
Yeah, I know, because now you get it. Now you're gonna get a trump.
Yep, I will definitely play this.
Yep.
So that.
I'll do that. So I'll do that little trick for you because you're gonna draw a gem, right? Okay. So,
yep.
All right. So I'll do this one little thing to get it in the right deck. All right. So you can just draw 1 off. I put it right on top of the basic text, so you can just draw 1 off there. There you go.
All right.
Hopefully it's the gem 1. It's a 1, folks. Okay, so it's to me, and I have to think about if you have any stars left. Because if you have any stars, you're going to have to be forced to play them. I'm going to look deep into your soul on this one. I'm going to hope I can figure it out. So you really need to win this trick, right? To get your exactly 3.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna do it.
That's a sweet 15.
Yeah. If you have like a low star, I'm gonna be so disappointed in myself. Oh, okay. So I wasted that gem. Up. Okay. All right. We got to unwind that because I cheated.
Oh, you had a star.
I had a star. Okay. So I'm gonna. Oh man. I cheated. All right. I had a star. It's still lower. So I don't know if that would have changed your decision. If it did, feel free to change it. I apologize.
No worries. I will
And then you take it. Okay. So it did change your decision. Okay, cool. All right, so that's good because I'm glad. I would have felt really bad if I had realized that multiple turns from now. Okay, so
and let me put this over here also.
So you can just you can move that kind of. We forgot to refill the mouse. Holistic Developer says LOL, always an asterisk with James. Look, I caught it. Okay. Although it is a little bit unfair because I saw the card that you have in your hand, so that is a little bit unfair. But
there we go.
Okay, so now
that needs this trick, by the way.
Oh, say that again.
That needs the trick to put it in the basic deck.
Oh, this one. Okay, yeah, because it's a gem. Okay. So, wait, but it came from the basic deck, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So this one's already, that one's already in the basic deck. Mind. Okay, cool. So here's the first time we've had this happen. So it's important to talk about. We take turns refilling the mouse hand. So whoever it is who just played a mouse card refills the mouse hand in the 2-player game. And if it is a gem, they get to look at it when they draw it. And if it's a gem, they put it face down. If it's any other card, they put it face up. So now Fertessa knows what that is. I don't. So I know it's a gem. I don't know what number it is. I don't know what ability it has on it. So if I want to use it in a future round as a mouse, I'm kind of taking a chance. And so that's why that guy stays face down. And then, okay, so you won this hated trick. So we can. I'm
still in it.
Yeah, we can pile that over there. So, are you going to take the money, or are you going to take the treasure?
No. I'm taking the treasure, but first let me discard this one up here since I used it.
I got to discard mine as well.
And not highlighted. Hold on, discard. There we go.
And then what did I do actually? How many did I get? Because I was over 7, right?
Oh yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coins. I love to see that. Okay.
And that's why treasures are great.
Yeah. So I get 6 coins. Okay. And that one goes away. And then Fertessa has her treasure. And then I get $2. I get the lowly second place prize. I get the $2 for losing the trick.
Discard that. And
so Holistic Developer has a question for you, Fertessa. He says, when would you choose coins over treasure?
Really, whenever you were reaching your 3 treasure limit, or if you weren't comfortable with using treasures in your play style. Some people like to concentrate on just, racking up the straight money because the treasures aren't guaranteed coins. However, they are nice gambles that can guarantee you like 3 times the amount of coins you would if you just took the 2.
Yeah. So for example, I just got 6 off a treasure instead of the 2 that I would have got. So I've been playing like a fool, is what you're saying. Is that what you're saying?
Of course not. Everyone has their style.
Of course. Yeah, that's good. That's a very nice strategic way to put it. Okay.
My favorite thing is to also get this treasure that I just selected along with the treasure you just used, because then you're just guaranteed 6
coins. Yeah. My wife had a combination where it was like low card wins the trick and that crown where it's like, so everybody's going to play a lot of low cards, nice. which is a cool kind of combo to run. Okay. So I led 1, you led 2, I led 3, you led 4. So now you're up. Yep. Your lead.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Do I want to start?
And of course, you can take advantage of that gem sitting down there in the vile rat's hand.
I can. Let's see what I want to take. Okay. I need to win this. So I think what I'm going to do is lead with this. Oops.
Oh, interesting. So we're both going to have to play this.
And my treasure, sorry.
Oh, you're going to use the treasure. Okay. Oh,
Yep.
All right. Okay, sure. Yeah, so we're going to have this 4 and 1 played. So we're both going to have to use these trash magic cards. All right. So I will play this 12.
Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and play this wonderful magic card. And I will swap one card from the mouse hand to my hand.
The crowd boos lustily. It's a really pro James crowd tonight.
And let's see. I think I'll trade in. Ooh.
Gonna give me something that I have to play with. Holistic Developer, you can play more than one treasure per trick. So you can activate more than one, up to the 3 that you have in your hand. They just get discarded at the end of the trick. Okay, so, interesting, a 15. All right, so now I can... Oh, you got to refill. Yep, okay, cool.
Refill in here, sorry.
All right, so I got to... Well, you're getting gold for every person under 6, right? Under 8. All right, so... But I don't like that 15's ability. I don't like that. I don't like that 15's ability. I don't know why, but I don't feel like that. So this one, you can look at the top 3 trump or basic cards and rearrange them, which obviously has implications. But I haven't had enough cards coming off that's really been a huge deal for me, I guess. Draw 3 basic cards and discard any 2 cards. I'm gonna play the 4. I think that's
Thank you.
I know. You're welcome for the gold. Okay, so I can draw 3 basic and discard any 2. So I will draw. I'm going to do this for the dragon, not for the mouse. So I'm going to draw these 3, and I'm going to take a look at them, and I'm going to smile mischievously, and then I can discard any. I can discard the ones that I just drew as well, right? 2 of the ones I just drew. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so there's 1 and there's 2. Okay, cool. So then I need to refill. And now it's you for the lead on the second dragon.
All right. And here we are. Let's make sure. Yep. Is it a gem?
It is. And this time I don't have any Vortex cards. So I'm not cheating this time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. I just picked that up with the draw 3. So yeah, bad timing.
Well.
Okay. So all right. So I'll grab these. Whoa, I don't want to move that. I'm gonna lock him in place. I don't want him wandering off.
The whole mouse hand.
All right. So let's see. How much did you gain? You gained 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right.
So 4 gold from your treasure.
Let's do this and just return this.
I'm going to take a treasure because I've been peer pressured into it. So I'm gonna do treasure. So you can take your $2. Okay, so I'm going to discard this one, and then I'm going to keep this one, which may give away a little bit what's going on over in my old brain, but that's okay. Okay, so I think I'm gonna make some more $2 coins real quick, so that there we go. Don't run out of those. All right, so I believe it's my lead, right?
Yep.
All right.
Lead.
So I'm going to lead. You're just trying to ruin my style here. So I'm going to lead with this rose.
All right. Oops.
Oh, can I activate this right now, Fertessa? I apologize.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Did I drop this? Okay, cool.
All right, so you're in the lead on the Vile Rose. All right, so let's see. I have to follow suit on the Rose. So I can swap 1 card with the dragon or gain 2 coins. So I am going to gain 2 coins.
All right.
I don't feel like I need to swap, so I'm not going to. You can't make me. And there we go.
All right. Let's see. I can use any card since none of them are of that suit.
Yeah.
Ooh. I could do that. Oh, okay. I will, yeah, I'll use this.
As soon as I saw it come out, I'm like, oh no, she can get a trump.
And
all right, so I'll do the thing here to get you. Are you taking a trump?
Yep.
Okay, so that's going to be, you're going to do the draw it and then swap it, I assume. Right? All right, so I'll draw this one face down, and I will remove it from this deck. Yes, 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 and I will add it to the basic deck. All right, so you can just draw it right off the top of the basic deck.
All right.
And if you want, you can just do the trade. You don't have to do the dance if you're just gonna take it from the mouse.
I'm actually I'm going to trade something else.
Oh, so there's next level strategies here.
So I'm going to instead trade for let's do nope. This.
All right. I officially don't know what Fertessa is up to. I like that. I'm going to have to put a note here and ask her at the end of the round what the strategy was.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So does that one need to stay down, face down?
Yep.
Oh. Okay. All right. So it's a 14 rows is the lead.
Mm-hmm.
So I've won, what, 3 tricks?
Yep.
Okay. So I want to win this one just so I can make sure I get 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to win it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised.
As soon as I brought that chalice out, it's like, yeah, I'm definitely I'm gonna win with a gem here. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So I won with the gem. So I'm gonna pile these all up. And this would go in my little pile. I get 3 coins. And I probably should, in between rounds, I'll kind of change this money a little bit here because it's getting nasty. And then I'm going to take treasures.
All right. I'm going to take 2 coins that I'm about to lose.
Let's see. So now we get to talk about goals, which is interesting. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to keep... I'm going to try to keep this one. Okay. All right. So we're at the end of a round. We did our 5 tricks, and now that we're done with dealing with this trick, you took your 2 coins. Okay. And now we both look at our goals, right? So Fertessa was trying to win exactly 3 tricks. She didn't. She won 1 trick. She loses half of the goal. So if she had done it, she would have gotten 15 gold. If she had done it in a 3-team game, she would have gotten 20 gold because that's a lot harder. But in a 2-team game, she gets 15 gold. So it's rounded down. It's half rounded down. So she loses 7 gold. It's distressing how long I had to think about what that amount would be. And then I needed to win 4 or 5 tricks, which I got. So I win 12 gold as a result. So I'll take a 10 and this 2. And then I'm going to quick do some money switcheroo here. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'll move those up there. Bring that down. And then this is still, I don't have enough to do any more money changing. Okay, cool. And then we're just going to discard all of the dragon cards. We do not discard the mouse cards, which astute observers would probably notice that's why Fertessa started doing some stuff with stacking this mouse hand with cards that she knows about. So she knows that will last to future rounds, which is interesting. And then there was a question from a Holistic Developer: can you carry over treasures to the next round? Yes. You can. So then the only thing we do in between rounds is we discard our old goals. We draw 4 new goals, and then we repeat. That's it. We just finished one round. We do 3 of those, and James goes home happy after the big W.
First, we want to draw our 10 cards, so
that's
can
right.
look at those before we get our goals.
You're right. Okay, so I shuffled. I'll do the little 10 card draw, and I'll get out of your way.
All right, and you'll notice the 10 cards, or the cards that are shuffled, were including the trump cards that got played in the previous round.
Yeah,
those don't go back into their own deck.
And that's kind of cool because so essentially every round, the amount of gem cards that are in play is going up. So Fertessa and I both used mouse abilities that added gem cards to the basic deck. So I don't know, there's maybe, well, we can look. There's only 8 left in the gem deck. So last round, we got a total of 7 cards are now in the basic deck, 7 gem cards. So by the last round, there's a whole lot of gems popping around. Which makes that last round a little bit wild, potentially, because gems can do some really cool stuff. Okay, so and then I can't remember, does the leader flip in between rounds? I assume it does, right?
Yeah, the leader goes to the person with the least amount of coins, which I also predicted.
Yeah.
So
there you go. Okay, so now we each draw our goals. Same deal. We draw 4 goals. We try to decide what we're gonna do. Based on the cards that we have.
And for the round 2, we can now pick up to 2 goals rather than just the 1.
Right, and that's optional, right? Okay, so you can try.
You always have to have 1.
You can try to make a big comeback, which I think is good, right? Because I don't know, you could have a first round that's really bad if you fail your goal, and then you're kind of out. Okay. Yuck. All right.
Man, go big or go home.
Nice. I will be playing the very conservative wimp strategy. Nothing too complicated. Just try to hold on.
I have concerns. Hold on. Let me double check everything that's happening over here. Okay. There we go. So let me just discard the, nope, put them here. Discard them. Okay.
Cool.
And we just put them down.
Oh, doing 2 goals. I love
Yep.
I love it. I love to see the risk. All right, so let's see what Fertessa's trying to do. Have less coins at the end of the round than an opponent. Okay, before goals are calculated. So that's a kind of calculated choice that she can do. And then win a trick using a trump card. This is the one that's worth the least. This is when you see this one and you have a bunch of other ones that are really hard. It's nice to say, ooh, I can probably pull off winning 1 trick with a trump card. Okay, so she has an opportunity to pick up 20 coins if she can get both of her goals. I can get 12 if I can win exactly 2 tricks. Okay, and then Fertessa's going to lead because she has less coins. And I think we're ready to rock for round 2.
All right, so let's see. I think we should start with this.
Okay. I think I'll do this.
All right. And now down here, I'm going to play this 3. So the mouse can swap one card with the dragon. The mouse is going to swap this.
And there she is. She's snagging that that gem that she hid there last time.
And let's see. Let's give you
like a 4 of fire.
This right here. Actually, would it be better? Oh, yeah. We wouldn't want to give you that. And then I'll replace this.
Cool. I like these. I like the mouse abilities that are like this one. Like I like the one where you can kind of hope to win your goal and gain some little bonuses. So this one, I think this is the first time we've seen one of these down in the mouse hand. So you can either gain 2 coins immediately, or you can sort of put 4 coins on your goal card that you'll get if you succeed with the goal. There's also one that's like gain coins if you fail your goal. And so it's a little way you can hedge your bets or really go big if you think you're definitely going to be able to win a goal. This one would be really good for Fertessa to put on like that win a trick using a trump card, because she'd get 4 coins in addition to the 5 coins if she has like a really good gem card in her hand or something. So those ones are neat. Oh, and these both have the exact same. Okay. So I have to follow suit. So that's a bummer. But I'm going to gain 1 coin now or gain 3 coins later if your round goal is lost. You know what? Let's gamble. So the way that you do that is you just take the coin, and these coins in the physical game are just little cardboard coins. So you put them right on the X. The goal cards are nice because they have an X in one corner and a check mark in the other corner, and that's just a spot you can stack up these coins to say, okay, I remember now. I get these 3 if I fail. Okay. So it's stars to Fertessa, and 8 is the current lead.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's just go ahead with this.
You got to flip it.
Oh, yep.
You were looking so happy. I was like, oh man, what is it? Okay, so the 8 is still winning. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I will do this. All right, so I won this trick, so that's my first one. And oh no, look what I had over here. I could have gotten 3 coins. I have this crown. I totally forgot to even. Well, I wasn't leading, so I don't think I would have activated it. Because you have to activate them before the trick totally starts.
No, before you play your first card.
Before you play,
so it doesn't matter who leads.
So I could have seen it and said, "Oh, I'm gonna win that." Oh man. All right, well.
And don't forget to fill in the mouse hand here.
Yeah, you live and you learn. Disappointing. Okay, so I'll take. Heck, I'm gonna take another treasure. This would be such a good con if you really liked to take the money, and you just like you really made me feel bad, so that I started taking treasures every round. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to discard this one. I will keep this one. So this one I gain a coin for every even card played during the trick. So that one's a weird one. It has a little bit of a kind of a random feel to it, but you can look at what's on the board and sort of say, all right, well, I can, looking at the mouse hands, I can kind of force a couple of evens maybe. I mean, right now they're 2 different suits, so that would be hard to do. Okay, so I am going to, I know you have at least 1 trump over there, probably 2. So I'm going to lead. I am going to, oh man, you could just block me, which I know you would.
Can the streamers see my hand?
They can't. They can see my hand, not your hand. So they can see how bad I may be making calls, but they don't get to see your strategy. We've actually thought about making like sort of a spectator mode that would be able to see both hands face up, which obviously we couldn't do if I was streaming because I'd be cheating. But if somebody else was streaming, it would be kind of interesting to be able to watch both people kind of think it through, right?
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
You know, I that's something that you just never get with board games. Like even if you sit there and watch two people at like a convention or something, I guess you could be like walking around looking at both their hands, but that would be a little bit. I think that would people would think you were weird if you were doing that. All right, so I'm going to. I think it's actually all right. I'm not going to say my strategy, but I'm going to use this crown. So, and then I'm going to lead with this star, 15 star. Making a little bit of a bet here. Okay, all right. Okay, so now we're free to do whatever we want here, which is interesting. I should have done my homework and read the gem cards so I knew what their mouse ability was a little bit better. Because I can't look at this card, so I don't even know what the possibility space is. But there's no way that Fertessa can actually steal this one into her hand. Interesting. You know what? I'm going to live dangerously. I'm going to play it. Because why not? All right, so it's a 6. I get to draw. The mouse draws 1 trump and 2 basic cards, then swap 2 cards with the dragon. So yeah, that's a lot of interesting stuff that's going to happen here. So I'm going to draw 1 trump, and I will put this down, and then I draw 2 basic cards, which is going to make his hand a lot bigger. That's cool. Okay, so we'll draw 2 of these. And we will drop these for our little rat buddy. All right, and then I get to swap 2 cards with him. So I'm going to, it should be no shock to anybody, take the trump. So that's 1. And then I will take, I'm going to take this 15. Yeah, I'm going to take this 15. And then I'm going to drop no, I'm not going to drop that one. All right, I'm going to drop this 11. And then I'm going to drop this fire. All right.
All right. I'm going to, let's see. So we have all these to choose from.
Yeah, you can do anything you want out there.
I'm going to use the 7.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yep.
So draw 1 trump, and then I get to swap. So.
Oh, I'll do the little thing for you, right? So I will draw to table face down. I will remove it from the deck. Okay. And then I will add it to the basic deck. All right. So you can just draw it right off top.
Okay. Wonderful. And then I will swap it to me. And let's see. What do I swap it for? I lead next, huh?
Yeah.
I'll swap it for this.
All right, so this is where things get interesting. I've led with a 15. I really want to win this trick. Does Fertessa have a star? I feel like if she did, she would have just swapped it down into the mouse hand and gotten rid of it. Because otherwise, she's giving up on this hand. So I have a feeling that she's going to gem me here. Because I know she just got one. All right. Everybody got to listen to my strategy there.
What is that? A 4 of gems. Well. Let's do...
All right. All right. I knew it. I knew that. Gosh, that hurts. I wish I had played that crown on the first round. Okay. All right. Is what it is. So I lose this card. I don't get anything from the benefit of that card. Are you going to take treasures?
Yep.
All right.
I am going to take treasures.
So I'll take my losers $2. And I'll do a quick money change here while you're looking at your treasures.
Let's see. Definitely that one.
Oh man, that one's nice. Yeah. Okay.
Since I'm leading, I will go ahead and lead the flowers.
Okay.
Oh, did I drop it?
You didn't. No.
Okay.
All right, so a 5 of flowers. Okay. Wow. Interesting. We're going to be having to play with those flowers in the mouse hand. Okay. All right, so I'll follow with a 9.
Okay. I will do this so I can draw a trump card. Swap it.
Oh, so I'll do the Trump thing, right? All right, so let me do that. Face down. Okay. And all right, you can draw it right from the top.
Okay. Whoops. Great. And I'm going to swap it for...
Okay. All right, so I get a rose. Let's see if they can do anything for me. Yeah, so you got that good rose. You got that nice trump card rose. I got these roses that are fine, but it's So I'm just gonna really hedge out here, and I'm gonna use this, which puts 4 coins. I'm gonna put 4 coins on the win. So I'll get 3 coins if I lose. I'll get 4 coins if I win. Just to make it so I have something good happening. And then your lead, so you got the next dragon card.
All right.
And I'm leading with a 9.
Got it.
Yeah, I saw that coming. Okay, well, I still have to follow suit, so I will. And I'll play this 14. And it's all yours.
Thank you. I will also pick treasures for my victory.
So I will take the $2. And then we're...
Ooh.
Oh, interesting. All right, so it can turn the gem suit. This one's cool. The gem suit can be turned into a basic suit during this trick, which can be really powerful. I would have loved to have had this last round, because I could have kept her from stealing my trick that way. So, okay, so I took the $2. I'm gonna look to see if I want to activate this. 1 coin for every even card played. Meh.
You need to win the next 2 in order to make your goal.
Well, no, I have 1-1.
Oh, you just need to win.
I need to win one more, right? So we have what? 2 more tricks to go here.
Yep.
So I got to win one out of the next two. Okay. And I think you're sitting on a little gem over there, if I have done my math correctly. Holistic, I'm not sure if this question came in right now or not, but Holistic asks, how many tricks does Fertessa have now? You have 2.
Yep,
right. So we have a
2.
total, we're through 3 tricks. And so I could actually watch this. Let's see how this works. Oh no, it's going to look weird because it's white on white. I was going to make this a counter just to keep track of our tricks. That way. You know what? Let's, here we go. Yes, the mouse is now our counter. Okay. So we're done with 3 tricks. Okay. So, moving on to the 4th trick, I just feel you're going to stomp me with that. You're going to stomp me with that gem no matter what I do, but we're going to hope that you have some of these in your hand. So we're going to start with a 13 of magic.
Well.
Okay. All right. So we got a gem. So I have to play this 11, which is not great because she's going to get to do some cool stuff with this 4 is what I'm guessing, but we'll see. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to add 4 more to my win and just hope I can win. Oh, no. No, I'm not. Nope, I take that back. I'm going to gain the 2 coins now. I don't think I'm going to win the next trick. Okay. So that's what I do. And then I don't refill it unless it goes under 5, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
And it is just at 5.
Yes, we can
I'm going to...
There we go. Perfect.
I actually will use this.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I can gain 4.
Oh yeah, because you already won. You already won the second goal, right? So you can just start stacking those up over there. I like that. Oh, you want me to make you some more 2s?
Yes, please.
Yeah, the D key. I shouldn't tell you that because you could start just duplicating your money. The D key does duplication.
Where's my goal? I'm gonna put it on this one.
Yeah, so that's nice because that's essentially that card just got you 4 gold because you already know you won that goal. So, okay, so all right, it's my lead. This is just a Sisyphean effort. I think that's the right word.
Let me go ahead and replace this one down.
Oh, that's right. We're under 5. Okay. Cool. Oh, that's a good one right there. So everybody's gonna. Oh, and are you leading next turn?
Most likely.
This is ridiculous. Okay, so I will play. I'm gonna play this 2.
Okay, and I will play.
Hey, why don't you just play another gem?
Nah, just play this.
Okay, all right. So Fertessa wins that trick. So you're gonna take treasures?
Yep.
All right. So I'll take the 2.
Sure am.
And then we're done with 4 tricks. And then do these just get shuffled back in?
Yep, they get shuffled.
So we'll return the discard, and then we'll shuffle them again. Okay, so you can draw. You have to draw 1 more.
Yeah.
All right.
There
cool.
we go. Let's see what we got.
All right. What kind of cool treasure did you end up with?
I got the one that gives me
the odd card. Okay, cool. All right, so now you are leading.
All right, final trick. I'm leading, and
Ugh. just sitting on gems over there. See, that's top level strat. That little trick you did to load up the mouse, that's really smart. I got to remember that one the next time I'm playing some poor rube who's just, wants to have a nice little game time. Okay. So you get another trump, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll do that. Okay, so you can drag it right off, or pick it up right off the basic.
Okay. So that is here, and let me see. Oops, gotta do like that. And I will actually.
Oh, so this is a gem.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And I will.
Oh yeah, of course it's a gem. We just drew it off the gem deck. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I mean, you would have had to play gems if you had them. There's no way for you to get gems. Oh. But you could trade yourself this one if I leave it there, because you still have to go, huh?
Mm-hmm.
No, you would have to play this one. Hold on. Let me put this. Let me re-examine this.
Oh yeah, because gem's the lead suit, right? So yes, if it was a gem, I would have to play it for its mouse ability. Yeah, that's right. Because it really, what's interesting, so for folks who are watching this, you discard the dragon hand. So her bringing that gem into her hand is pointless. Leaving it in the mouse hand lets her potentially snag it next round because the mouse hand doesn't get discarded. So the thought process here is interesting of whether she wants to leave it here or force me to play it or just pull it into her hand so it gets discarded, whatever.
I'm choosing to swap and then swap back. So essentially give away what I traded to myself from the mouse hand.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure. Oh, okay. So yeah, because you can do a take give. That's a legal play?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it is my mouse card. I mean, I have to play this because it's a mouse or it's a gem. All right. So what do I get? The mouse draws one trump. Of course. Okay. So we end up right where we thought we would be. I gain a coin though. So I'll take that money and then I will draw this gem and I will remove it from the deck. I will add it to the basic deck. I will draw it from the basic deck. And then I know what it is. I will... Okay. And I will drop this here for future rounds. And now it is your play. Doesn't really matter.
All right.
Whoa. All right. Jeez. Come on. All right. So, okay. So I lost the trick. You gonna take treasures? You can't, right?
I mean, I could get rid of a treasure and draw a new one.
Yeah. So.
But at this point, you have way more than me, so it's safe for me to take coins.
Oh, right, because you one of your goals is to have less than me, right? So.
Yep.
Okay. So that's the fifth trick. You won 4. I won 1. So I failed my goal, which means I will first, I'm just going to gain the 4 because I know wrong side. I'm going to gain the 3 just so I have some extra change here. And then I'm going to throw away this 4 because I didn't get my goal. And I'm going to lose 6. 2, 4, 6. And then I get to draw 2 treasure cards because you took the money. And let's see. I will discard this one. And I will take the gain 3 coins if I play a gem and win. All right. So then how much did you make there, Fertessa?
So since I succeeded in both my goals, I had less than you coin wise, and I won a trick. I get these 4 coins for winning this goal, and
get 20,
I get
right?
Yep. And I get 20.
All right. So I'll make you some copies here just so there you go. All right. Well,
We're
that one.
back in it.
Yeah. All right. So let's do a quick score check at the end of round 2. I have 34.
6, 8.
34.
And I have 32.
All right. Cool. Okay. So that's good. Like that
Well,
you exactly how it worked out is that you took a chance doing 2 goals. You really would have been in a massive hole if you had not gotten both of those. That that's the risk. You could have done 3, I guess, the next round if you really wanted to get crazy.
yep.
All right, so we're gonna start returning all these cards to the deck. Okay, so we don't return any of these, and so let me see here. Okay, I think I messed up one of these as I was pulling stuff off the deck at one point. So just make sure that I do it right when I'm putting them back in. Top. Okay. And it's this one. See that 4 went to the wrong deck. So I'm going to return that. I'm going to draw. Okay, I'm going to remove it from the deck because this was actually in the basic deck already. All right, so I think we're good there, and we are good to start round 3.
All right.
So I will draw my 10. Oh, whoops. Never mind. Return these to deck. I didn't return the discards before I shuffled. The beauties of just using a digital platform and forgetting to do stuff. All right, so it's shuffled. I'm going to draw my 10, and I will get out of your way.
All right. Draw my 10.
Give me those gems. Come on, gang. Let me see a bunch of gems. That was a great second. That was a great second round that you had, Fertessa. That rose that appeared right where that you could take advantage of it the next turn. That hurts though when that happens. Okay, and then we do the same thing. We draw our 4 cards for our goals after getting our 10 cards, and we can see what we want to do here. So we're essentially even going into the last round. So I'm a wimp. It's 1 through 3 in the final round, right?
Yeah.
You can still do 1. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can still do 1, but you can have up to 3. Let's see what we're working with here.
Okay. I'm gonna discard that. Gonna discard that. All right, I have my choice for the final round, which this might be a mistake, but I'm just doing 1.
Let's see. I'm always Icarus that flies into the sun. So let's see.
I'm just so afraid of that minus on missing them. Because some of them are hard, stuff like the 0, 1, or 8+ cards is real tricky to work your way through.
Yeah.
I thought, oh yeah, I could do 8+, no problem. I had like a great hand of fire or something, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna win a ton of these tricks. And then I was like, oh no, I'm not leading. I only lead half the tricks. So
let's discard this, and we're going for it.
Oh man,
we shouldn't, but we're going for it.
Okay, all right.
It's just what self-destruction looks like.
Yeah. So what do we got? We got collect 0, 1, or 8+ fire cards. Okay. Collect more star cards than an opponent. I actually had that option, which would have been fun to go head to head on stars, and then win exactly 2 tricks. Okay. So this is an interesting combination. Win exactly 2 tricks, but still win more star cards than me, even though you only win 2 tricks. All right.
Yep.
All right. I like it. And I'm just trying to collect at least 1 of each card suit, including gems. And Fertessa leads. Trick 1.
Indeed. Let's see. How do I want to start? Well, hold on. Yep. Okay. Well, we're just going to we're going to start with a good old can't do it.
This is great because you have so many little competing interests that you have to try to do at the same time. That's what makes it really hard.
I'm going to oh, hold on. There's a there's a light at the end of this tunnel. Okay. So, I'm going to use this treasure and this treasure
Okay.
so that gain 1 coin for every odd trick.
Got it.
I mean odd card, and also the gem suit is the basic suit during this trick.
Cool.
And I will start us with this. Tick. Yeah. It's finagling.
Okay. So a 4.
That was not an odd card. That was excuse me.
Okay, that's fine. One. Yeah.
Sorry.
It just gives me more information. It's fine. Okay, so interesting. Starting with a 1, which means my guess is you have a big high odd magic that you're going to play on the way out. You made gems basic, so I can't rob you of this trick. Okay. All right, I'm going to have to do that. Maybe not. I'm going to do this.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and play this.
Uh-huh. And that was when you didn't know what it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I did not know what it was. So I may discard 1 card and draw 1 basic card and gain 2 coins.
Oh, yeah, let me.
So I'm going to discard. Oh, yeah. Oh, I could just click it.
Yeah, you can just right click and do a discard. Yeah, there you go.
And 1 basic card.
And you get $2 for your trouble, huh?
Yep.
All right. So I can do whatever I want here. So I'm going to use this dragon. And I'm gonna.
Oh, do you want me to replace this?
Oh yeah, if you could, that would be great. Yeah, I'll probably still do the dragon, but maybe it's something really cool. Maybe it's like a draw a trump here.
Goodness, it is not.
I'm still gonna do the dragon. I want to get a couple more card options here, so I'm gonna draw 3 basic cards. I'm doing this for the dragon, obviously.
Okay.
Well, not obviously, but I'll tell you, I'm doing it for the dragon. Okay, and then I'm going to discard oh man. Okay, that's a little bit tricky. I'm going to discard this one. And I'm going to discard this one. Okay. And then I will refill the mouse. And now it's your dragon play.
That's a nice 15. Okay. We're just going to go here. Oops.
Okay. And then I will play. I got to follow suit. So there you go. You got
Got
1,
it.
2, 3 coins for every odd.
Yes.
Or 3 coins for that odd. And then, so here's a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you block gems? What were you afraid I was going to do? Just steal that trick?
Yep. I just want to make sure that
that you won that trick. So you
Yep.
got to win these 2. And that was one you definitely wanted. I'm fascinated by the plan for getting the stars. So I'm interested to see how, because you didn't get any on that trick. So all right, all yours. So are you taking treasures?
I am taking treasures.
All right, I'll take my money.
Wrong one. There we go.
And then we finish trick 1.
This. All right. Those are refreshed. This goes to you.
Yep. And then you can snag these guys and sort of put them in your trick pile. Okay, so I am going to. Oh man. All right, I'm going to come right at you here. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use both of my treasures. So gain 1 coin for every even card played, and I'm also going to gain 3 coins if I play a gem and I win.
Okay.
And I'm going to start. Nope. Oh man, I could have set this up if I had discarded the right cards last turn. Oh my gosh, James, you fool. Okay, I take it back. All right, I'm going to change up a little bit. I'm going to do there. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So now we can do whatever we want down.
I also want to go ahead and use my
okay, cool.
treasure.
For every above 7. Okay, cool. All right. So then I'm going to play this 11. And then I'm going to put 4 coins on. I'm going to put 4 coins on here. I'm going to gamble here.
Okay.
Now your play.
Replace this one.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's always the X factor, that it could, you could accidentally get a gem or something cool for somebody, or. I swear. These roses, these low roses are popping up for you like crazy. Okay. All right.
Let's see. I mean, it doesn't go straight to me.
True. You're right.
But I do lead the next round. I will use this.
Of course.
to draw a trump card.
Oh, yeah. Let me do that for you. Let's draw that to table face down, and we will remove from the deck, and we will add to base deck. Okay, yep, you can grab it right off the top.
Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. Back to you.
All right, so we have a trump sitting there. I'm up 10-4 with a gem. We got to continue to follow gems. So I'm hoping that you weren't weirdly bluffing me with the 4 and you have a larger gem hanging out there. But you never know. High level strats.
Mm-hmm. All right, and I'm gonna go with which one of these? Oh. Yep. No.
that is the sign of a good trick taking game, right? Where it's like your hand is all the way out there. It's like, oh no. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So I won the trick. So I got 3 coins for winning from my treasure. I also got 1 card for every even. So 2. That's it. Okay. Well, all right.
And then 2 as well.
Yeah. Oh, you get 2 for what? Over above 7. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So we'll move these over into the old pile. I wonder what you said no to there. I'm interested about why you said no to whatever you were going to put out. Okay. So these are both discarded. These are both discarded. And I'm going to take 2 new treasures.
Okay, so I'll take the 2 coins.
And
so actually these 5 can just be traded.
Okay, so we're going to discard this. I'm going to... Okay. And then I believe that's it. We're all done, right? So I'm going to pass this to you, and we're on to trick 3. Thank you, Mouse.
All right. Let's see. Okay. So basically...
I'm waiting for the big star trick. When's that star trick coming?
Here we are. And I will also activate my...
all right. So this is going to be a 15 star, I bet.
Oh, yeah, you can't see this.
Yeah. Oh, 9. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I will, of course, use this.
Yeah, let's see what this one is. Oh, nice. All right, so which are you going to do? This is an interesting one. 4 now or 6 if you lose one of your goals. Which 6 if you lose one of your goals could really save your hide on that like collect stars one or something if you don't pull that off. But I mean, man, that's a really powerful gem card. Holy mackerel.
I think I'm gonna bet 6. I'm just deciding which
one. Yeah, right.
Let's see. It's not like I'm trying to tank any of them, but
yeah, that's the interesting thing, right? It starts to change your thought process. Like, ooh, maybe I should just lose this one on purpose.
You know what? I will. Here we go. Put 6 to where are we? Here.
On the star one. Okay. All right. All right, $6 hanging out on that, and now it's you want to refill that mouse?
Yeah.
Give me a gem. I want to get one of the... Nope, not a gem. Okay. All right, well, to me, this is very obvious what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this dragon. So I can discard a card and draw a basic card and gain a coin. So I will re-up our store here a little bit, and then I will gain 1 coin. And then I'm going to discard Bye-bye. Oh, no. Sorry. That's cheating. I had D to discard, but it duplicates. Okay, so I'm going to discard that star, and then I'm going to draw one card. Okay.
And just re-up the mouse hand.
Oh, yeah, mouse. Yep. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so it's a gem, so we'll leave it face down.
Okay.
So this one pains me. I mean, this hurts me in my core, and I'll tell you why. I actually got to discard the star that I had in my hand, which is what I was trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got a 4 star. Any other card, I would have been good if I just could have gotten out of the suit. So, because then I could have denied you the star trick. But okay, so Fertessa wins the trick.
Yep.
You gain. You're going to gain your 4 coins for getting a treasure, I assume. So I'll get my 2. James. As soon as I saw, oh man, I can use this fire card to switch out my 1 star and steal this trick, I was feeling so good.
I gotcha.
It was short-lived. That's all right.
Oh, okay. I see. Wait, let me make sure that I see. Yes. I do see. Okay. I'm going to take this. Wait. It's Trixie, but I gotta. Okay. Let's just discard this.
So you've won 2 tricks.
Yep.
So you got to not win any more tricks.
Exactly.
Interesting.
There we go.
Low card wins a trick. Okay. So you can really... that one's kind of cool, right? Because you're trying to... If I try to low card you, you could pop that one on me and sorry, and then... Okay. Interesting. Okay, so this guy's trash, right?
Yep.
All right, so
that's trash.
He can go in the trash. Okay, great.
All right. And you lead this one.
I'm leading. We're on trick 4. You won't know if you're gonna activate your treasure until your turn. All right, so I'm going to. Okay, James, what are we doing? Okay, I'm going to... I don't know if this is going to work. I have a feeling it's not going to work, but I haven't been keeping track of your stuff well enough. So we're going to try it. I'm also going to activate this sword. So I gain 1 coin plus 1 coin for each different suit played during this trick. And then I am going to play this.
I see. Well then, let's see. Let's go with...
That's what I like to see. I like to see no gems come out. That makes my plan maybe work. You're just going to keep loading me up with these stupid roses, though. I just know it. Well. Okay. Well, I'm going to play this.
You have to play the gem.
Oh, I got to play the gem. Okay. Darn it. All right. So that doesn't work out the way I wanted to. That's okay. All right. So I draw 3 basic cards and 1... Oh, no. No. Oh, no. Into the mouse hand?
Yep.
Oh,
Wonderful.
gosh. That's just going to throw everything into a tailspin. Oh, man. Okay.
You're just so generous.
Yeah. That's me. Well known for my generosity. Okay, so this is a gem. So that one's going to stay face down. And then, so those are the 3 basics that just came in. And then we're going to draw 1 gem, which I'm going to remove from that deck, add it to the basic deck, and draw it.
Oh man, 2 gems to pick from.
Yeah, yeah. We've all heard it before. Okay, so that was just a catastrophic backfire. Okay, so your turn.
All right, so I have to pick which one. What will give me so much money?
I'm thinking to myself, oh yeah, I can. I'm gonna play a gem. She doesn't have any gems, so we're gonna get a lot of suits played. Nah, we're just all gems the whole way.
Ooh, it's a 1 and 2 coins.
All right, well, yeah, free coins for you. Everybody loves that. All right, so now it's my turn. So I will. I'm gonna play this 9.
All right, and let's see. What do we want to do here?
Of course, you're giving me those roses. Okay, all right. So I gain 1 coin plus 1 for each different suit. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So so I get 4 coins. So I'll take that.
4.
1 coin plus 1 for each edition.
Oh, 1 coin plus. Got it.
So I get 4 there. And then I will just clear this out. You didn't use any treasures, right? So
nope.
I'll just clear this junk out. And then I'm going to, I mean, we're on to final trick, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to, so you can have your $2. I'm going to do treasure.
Cool.
I'm going to hope that I get something cool, on this final go. Oh, man. Okay. Stupid. All right, so I'm going to discard this one and do that one. And I think everything is locked and loaded for you.
All right, let's see.
You got to not win this trick.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I think what I'll do. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know when Holistic Developer said this, but it's almost like she's played before. Yeah, I know.
Let's go with this. And I will also use my treasure.
Okay.
On this turn.
So low card wins. Low card wins. You had to do it to me, didn't you? I can't believe it. I can't believe that it's the rose. I can't believe that it's the rose. Did you see the thing that I threw away? I threw away the treasure that I couldn't coin. So it was a coin flip, right? So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to gain 3 coins on one of these 2. Let's bet she starts with fire. No, always rose.
It's rose.
It's always the rose. Okay, so all right, well, I guess I'm gonna lead this trick with an 11, and now it's your play.
Oh man, you're winning. Gosh darn.
Oh, bummer.
Let's see. You know what? I will use this rose to gain 4 coins if my round goal is 1. And let's see.
On the win.
There's not enough coins.
Oh, I can make you some.
Thank you.
Oh no, isn't there a rule that just says if the bank runs out of coins, if you're playing on a digital platform and there aren't enough digital coins in the bank, then you don't get any more coins. I think I read that. I know it's a
that might ring a bell.
I know I know it's a draft rule book, but I'm
just gonna stack both sides.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay,
Like
so
financiers.
all right, so I have to follow suit, and you don't have to refill, so that's a bummer. This is just going to be the Rose Mania. So I'm going to. Man, I really wish I knew what was under there. It's a rose. I know it's a rose. It's like a rose 15 or something. So I'm going to put the 3 coins on the lost side. Because I'd rather that. And now it is your play.
Oh boy. Okay. Well.
Gosh, what's it going to be?
So much anticipation.
Yes. That's what I needed. I needed that to get my goal. Yeah. I needed a fire. Yeah. That was the last suit I needed to collect, but there's nothing you could do about it. You couldn't avoid it. But I did just put those 3 coins on the loss, which is a waste of 3 coins. Okay, so I have to follow suit with the 9 of rose. So I win the trick. So I will bring these over here. I did not play a treasure, so I don't get anything. You played a treasure. What happens if you have treasures at the end of the game? Do you sell them?
1 coin each.
1 coin. Okay, good. So at least I get something for that. All right, so I'm going to take the 2 coins. Which means you get a treasure. So if you want to just take 1 coin, right? That's the.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll do that.
And then I will duplicate that, and I'll get 1 coin as well for selling my treasure. And then I get 8 coins because I collected 1 of every suit. So I will turn in 2 and duplicate a 10. So that gets me my 8. And then I bet 4 that I get it. So I get 4 more. And then I lose the 3. And that leaves me with a grand total. Oh, man, I did not have a good last round. I have a feeling you're going to stomp me with those 3 goals. But 10, 20, 30, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 61.
All right. You're at 61.
61.
I lose these 2 because I did not lose my goal. Or excuse me, I lose these 6 because I did not lose my goal.
Oh, that's
right.
But
I do gain these 4 over here. And then I get 36 because I completed all of my goals. So that's a nice 36 plus 46, 56, 66, 76, 78, 80, 82, 84, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90.
90? Oh, man, we were tied before the final round. So, yeah, that makes sense, right? Because I only got 8 off my goals, and you got 36. So you netted 28 on top of me, and 61 plus 28 would be, what, 80, 89? So, yeah, like the whole difference was just in the goals in the final round. All right, you got to go big. I love it.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Flew high.
Congratulations, Fertessa. No, that was good. That last round was tricky. I thought I totally was going to screw up one of those for you, but I couldn't pull it off. So.
Yeah, I was looking at what I had. It was a risk. Like, probably it would have been safer with just the 2, but the goal that tells you to collect 0, 1, or 8 is you can kind of hedge on that one if you don't have that suit in your hand.
Yeah,
it's just like
well,
there's a good chance I won't accidentally get that.
Yeah, that was, I had in my goal choices for the final round, I had 2 of those collect 0, 1, and 8. And it was 2 suits that I had 3 cards for. And I was like, oh, come on. I'm not going to be able to pull this off right. So no, that was great. That was actually fun. Even though I got crushed, that's fine. It's fine. It was
until the 3rd round.
Yeah, we were good until the 3rd round. Yeah, exactly.
You're killing me the 1st and 2nd.
Yeah. So no, that was awesome. So definitely, I appreciate you coming on and playing with me. Thank you so much. And thank you for stretching Vorpal a lot, because this game had a lot of unique kind of stuff going on in it. So it has like 150 individual cards and components and stuff. But I think it plays pretty well. Like I didn't get irritated by any of the stuff we had to do. So I think this was I actually got to think about the game, which I think is important. So for folks in the chat who missed the very beginning, this game is on Kickstarter right now. So if you are interested in picking it up, I'm going to put a link in there for you. You can click the link and you can go directly to Kickstarter.com and you can give $25 and this game will come to your house in a few months. So definitely go check it out. And Fertessa, what else do you have going on? Are you going to come on again in a month with another game or what? Are you just, is it a never ending font of games coming out right now?
No. I had 3 games signed before I started working with Funko. So the third and last game will not be going to Kickstarter. It'll just go to stores called Mansplaining.
That's
Party
right.
Game.
Yeah.
And that should be in a couple of months. You'll see random streams and whispers of it. So that's upcoming after this. And then as far as my stuff with Funko, actually 3 of my games just got released marketing wise. They won't be available to buy until fall, but they're 3 holiday games. So you can get them as like stocking stuffers.
Oh, cool.
Like $7. And they're really cute and you can play them with young children. So
awesome. So thank you for the raid. House of Mao just showed up raiding with a party of 4. Hello, Bageltop Games. Hello, House of Mao. Welcome. This is Vorpal Board. This is Fertessa Allyse. We're playing her game right now, Wicked and Wise. It's awesome. Trick-taking game, team-based, asymmetrical, all those great buzzwords that make me love the game. Check it out on Kickstarter if you haven't yet. So what are you able to announce like the names of the games?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. What
so
are they?
One is a trick-taking game for Jingle All the Way. So Jingle All the Way card game. The other one is Princess Present Party,
okay,
which uses the Disney princesses. And the other one is the Cookie Swap, which has like gingerbread character versions of Disney characters. And that is also kind of a take on a traditional card game, trick taking. Yeah.
Cool. So do you know, because a lot of Funko games show up in Target, do you know if they're going to be in Target for Soul? Okay, cool. So
yeah, if you don't catch them in Target, you'll see them in like a Walgreens or a Fred Meyer's, or it'll be in stores like that. I don't know the exact vendors for them, but you'll start seeing a lot of media stuff about it.
Awesome. That sounds right.
Towards the fall.
That sounds right up my alley. I have a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old that have started to demand to challenge me in Unmatched on like a regular basis. And that might be a little bit beyond their abilities. So I want to try to like rein that back a little bit, like so we can play some games that maybe they don't get as frustrated with. So yeah, that seems like right up my alley. House of Mouse says, I do like trick-taking games. Well, let me tell you, if you like trick-taking games, you should check this one out. It does a lot of unique stuff. And it plays from 2 to 6 players, which I think trick-taking games, there aren't that many that can play for fun with 2 players. I mean, you can play The Crew 2 players. Have you played The Crew, Fertessa? It's like one of my favorite games.
I still haven't. I can't get anyone to teach me.
It's so good. It's it's one of those games that I really enjoy, but it's kind of antisocial because while you're playing, you can't talk. Oh. So you're trying to win. You have a goal, right? And you're doing trick-taking, but like you can't discuss, you can't do anything, right? So you're all trying to kind of like get whatever the goal is. And sometimes the goals are really hard. It's like win every single trick with a certain suit or, stuff like that. And to do that with 4 players without communicating is very difficult. So it's one of those games that I enjoy a lot, but at the end of it, you're like, well, we didn't really talk at all. Like we just had we had game night and we didn't communicate except to be like pissed off at each other when we didn't win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's fun. If you have a group of friends who like trick-taking games, that's another like really, really good one.
Awesome.
Yeah, Holistic Developer says The Crew is pretty fun. Yeah, I like it. That kind of like, it seems like trick-taking games are kind of like having a little renaissance right now. I feel like I saw some more on Kickstarter. I think Reapers just finished up, which was a trick-taking game. And then, everybody loves The Crew. So that's cool. I like them. So is this something that you grew up playing Hearts or Spades or something? Or like, is that close to you in games?
I grew up playing Spades. That was like rite of passage.
Yeah.
We played it at school, played it with family. played in airplanes, buses. So yeah.
So did you have a family member that just like always killed everybody? Like was there like a card shark in your family?
I would say probably my granddad.
Okay.
He was an extreme card shark, just with any card game in
Yeah.
general. And then my mom probably picked that up from him. So I think that ran down the family and is now in my genes.
Yeah.
Um,
That's good. I feel like sometimes like you run into I don't want to be like ageist or something, right? But sometimes you run into like older folks who like look at like board games like that we would play or whatever, and they're like, ugh, like there's no way I could know how to do that. And then like you sit down to play spades against them or something, and you just get mopped. And it's like, well, you definitely could. You understand what's happening. Like this is a complicated game, and you're doing a lot of different strategy stuff. You could play any of these games. You're actually very good at games, you know?
Exactly.
So
it's
yeah.
Like there's a whole untapped amount of people who could play board games if it intrigued them enough, because like just looking at spades alone, you've got bidding, you've got
tons
the
of
trick taking,
bluffing, like, and also there's that like where the sweat's dripping down your head where you're looking at your hand and you're like, oh no, oh no. I mean, those games are really good. So I'm happy to see maybe some more attention, maybe coming to trick-taking style games, because there's lots of different interesting space probably to explore for those types of games, which is cool. All right, well, that's great. So I'm happy to hear that you have the Funko stuff coming up. Are you allowed to talk about anything that you're working on after this? or are you not allowed to? Okay.
I'm not allowed to.
Every time you come on, I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna say that every time.
But I could tell you, I'm really excited about when I can talk about it.
All right, great. Yeah, I do know. I was in Target a couple weeks ago, and I was making eyes at that Goonies game, and I was
really good.
I was telling myself, I got to get a little bit further through a couple of these ones that are behind me here before I can jump on buying Goonies. But I was really excited to see the Goonies release. So.
Yeah, they put a lot of love into that one, and there's one we just released, the Rocketeer.
Yeah,
and I'm really excited to that. Like the box is just beautiful.
The properties, the intellectual property that Funko is working with is so good. You know, it's like every game that comes out is like I see like a Fast and Furious game, I see Goonies, I see like if they did like a Mad Max. I would just lose my mind, you know, just like, and I know that when I saw the Fast and Furious one, it's kind of like a stretch of road and there's trucks on it and stuff. So that's cool. But when I look at it, I'm like, man, I wish this was Mad Max. Maybe Mad Max is a little bit too kind of R-rated, but I guess, you know, like they did Jaws and stuff. So,
Prospero did Jaws.
Yeah. Although Jaws was PG when it came out, which is, that's like that's a factoid that I bring up probably an unhealthy amount.
It was the 70s, 80s?
I think late 70s, and it was I think before like PG-13 really was well defined. So I think they were just like, well, parental guidance. It's not restricted. But like a dude does get eaten in half in it. So then like in the 90s when we were like renting from Blockbuster or whatever, it was like, sure, Jaws, why not? Come on, Mom, let me get Jaws, right?
Right, yes.
So, yeah, and Holistic Developer says, and the games are pretty good, too. Yeah, I mean, that's the coolest thing. Like, you see these games pop, and you're like, ugh. Especially if you play a lot of video games, you're like, oh, these, it's just some random intellectual property game. It's going to be crummy. But, like, all of them are bangers. Like, every single one, you know? And I remember it started, for me personally, it started with, like, Horrified. And I was just like, there's no chance this game can be good. And then everyone loved it, right? And then it was right after that. I think I got Jaws, and then I got the Harry Potter like Funko battle game, and that had like depth that I did not expect at all. And then after that, it's just like every one is awesome. So yeah, very cool. It's always exciting for me to go to Target and just look around and see a ton of Funko Prospero Hall games, a ton of restoration games, and it's like, man, the kids got it good.
We have a lot of things coming down the line that I'm super excited to see, and we're trying to make it available to as many age ranges as possible. Like one of the games that is coming out for mine, the Princess Present Party, That's for 3-year-olds.
Okay. Which
3-year-olds can't do a lot.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, even designing for that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's got to be kind of tricky, right? Because you're super limited by, you can't use numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You can't use any words on the cards,
Yep.
you know? So yeah, that's
Yep.
cool. I mean, that's kind of probably a pretty exciting design exercise, although maybe frustrating sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you bring in
Yes.
3-year-olds to play test? How does that work?
Yeah, usually we set up play tests with the family, and families that have young children, and then we can observe and see how they do with it, if there's something that's too difficult, or how they interact with it, if they find joy in it, if it keeps their attention, or things like that.
That's
So,
cool.
yeah.
That I tell you what, that is a cool job. I every time I talk to you and I hear more about just like, oh, Fertessa goes to work every day and gets to like do this stuff. That's very cool. Okay, so last call in chat. If you have any questions about this title, or other stuff Fertessa's talk about, or future other stuff, or stuff at Funko or whatever. My final word on this is, I think this is going to get a bunch of play from me, and I think the biggest reason is I like trick taking games. I can only play hearts and spades so much, so this is like it scratches that itch. But like for me, the biggest thing is that it's interesting at 2 players. For me, that's like a huge deal for just the way I play games. So this is going to get a ton of play time for me, that I can play it with 2 players, and then when I have people over, I can actually play with a full set of teams. And then my wife and I, who know it a lot better because we've played it against each other, can be on different teams. We can be both the dragons or mice on the other teams, which is at least we wouldn't crush people or whatever. So yeah, I think it's great. Congratulations, really good game.
Thank you.
And I've enjoyed it a whole lot. Holistic Developer says thanks for sharing the game. So thanks to Fertessa. And the next time that you have a game coming out, you got come back, hang out with us,
Yes.
play your game. It's always a great time.
For sure.
For folks who are following Vorpal Board, I unfortunately don't have a great idea of kind of our next sort of schedule of content. We're talking a lot internally about what's the next sort of things we want to stream. We've discussed doing Descent, the new Descent. I've been waiting for it to come back in stock from where I wanted to buy it, and it hasn't hit back in stock yet. But we could potentially do some cool stuff with that. Especially we wanted to show off that app, because everybody's going crazy about the app-driven game stuff and Descent. So that might be something we show off a little bit. And there's also been some rumblings about potentially doing like a small Dungeons and Dragons campaign where I would DM, which would be it would go off the rails almost immediately. Holistic Developer says, did I miss the end of Betrayal? And I think he's saying that sarcastically to me, because we never finished our Betrayal Legacy playthrough. So we were close. We had like a couple missions left and we just didn't finish it. So no, you didn't miss the end. Maybe that will come back to the table someday. But all right. So thanks so much for Tessa.
Thank you.
For folks around, go back the campaign. It's got 2 days left. Let's have a great couple last days so we can get some of those final stretch goals. And for everybody else, thanks so much, and have a good night.
Thanks for tuning in.